Good morning, my trippy hippies. Good morning. It is Tammy coming to you live today from my office in Farmville, Virginia. It is Sunday morning, which means Sunday sermon is coming to you live. I am live in a bunch of different places today. I did upgrade my account here on the streaming platform on a little Black Friday sale to be able to go different places live. So I am live today on my personal page. I am live today on the Hometown Hippie business page. I am live today in the Grateful Fed page. I am live today in the Hometown Hippie private page. And I am live on the YouTube channel, The Community, this morning. So I am live in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. So do like Elizabeth, because she's jumped on this morning, and I'm going to put these banners up here. We do want you to say hello and tell us where you're watching from. And let me know where in like the cyber world you're watching from as well. Are you watching on my personal page? What group are you in? Where are you watching from, as well as where are you watching from, right? So I see Elizabeth Clark is here watching from Crew, Virginia in the real world. Where are you in the virtual world, Elizabeth? And she dropped us a grateful Fed in the comments. And as you can see with this little YouTube thing here, we know Norma Jean is watching us virtually from Norma Jean is watching us virtually from YouTube, but she is here in Farmville, Virginia, in the real world today. So I appreciate you all for tuning in. And this is way more fun with friends. So please say hello and interact today, because today I want to have a conversation. Um, Good morning from Farmville, Virginia. I can't see everybody's name. So if you are on there, please allow StreamYard to see your face and your name and all the things. Now we are coming off. Good morning from Facebook. Good morning from Facebook. Still says Facebook users. Watching, I love it. Watching on my personal page. If you're watching on my personal page, you can also share this out if you don't mind giving us a little share and a little like. I appreciate you. And look, I can see Katie Shaw watching us from Florida, and she is on Facebook. I can see. I wonder what group she's in though. Um, we are coming off. This is our Thanksgiving week. I am still doing Thanksgiving. We did Thursday. We went to my sister and brother-in-law's house. My sister-in-law always does Thanksgiving. That's kind of been her thing for the last probably like 10 years now. She does Thanksgiving in her house, and she sets it all up beautifully. We have, all the crystal, the china, and all the crystal, and she sets a beautiful table with the centerpiece, and it's just lovely. And I love it because I don't have to do anything other than show up to eat. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not going to be the butthole. I am going to clean up a little bit or try to help clean up. But it was nice not to have to worry about preparing the food or the menu or any of those things. I don't realize how much I enjoy that until I eat somewhere else, whenever you work in food. So again, it's a conversation. So tell me, what has your Thanksgiving look like so far? Have you celebrated? Did you spend it alone? I know some people who are just like, my friend Carly, she's like, my husband's, deployed. She's like, I did like turkey and like a turkey sandwich with like regular like turkey sandwich meat. I made some stovetop stuffing. I just had like the things that I wanted to have. And honestly, no matter what your meal looked like, no matter what your company looked like, um, it was exactly as it was supposed to be this year. I know some people that struggled this year with Thanksgiving, and I saw people step up to try to fill in the gap of family. I love my team so much. My sisters, both her kids were not home for Thanksgiving this year. Juliana is out in California, and it's just impossible to come home for a weekend for Thanksgiving with the cost of flights. Good morning, Heather Johns, watching from Grand Rapids, Michigan, up spending time with her mom, who was also recovering from some medical things. Um, and she's a grateful Fed, of course. And then we have so many folks tuning in this morning. Make sure you're saying hello, telling us where you're watching from. This is way more fun with friends. And Matthew went across country to go pick up all of his things from New Mexico, since he had some time off to do that. Took a friend out, and they went across country last week and kind of spent a week on vacation. He went skiing, did all the things, but he was not home for Thanksgiving. So my sister, it was stressful for her. It's the first Thanksgiving in her life. She didn't have both her kids, but like Grace stepped in and was like, "You're coming to our house for Thanksgiving," and she got to go and spend Thanksgiving with another family. And then we're doing it today with my dad, and we're doing my family today for Thanksgiving. So right now, it does not smell wonderful in here. It does not smell bad. It's just sweet potatoes are cooking, and it has kind of that, like the oven had gotten clean, so it's kind of like a stringent baking smell right now. So we're making some sweet potato casserole and some stuffing and chicken or turkey gravy and green beans and deviled eggs. And what else are we making? I have a whole list of things we're making. These are all the things that we're still making today to get through Thanksgiving, get done with it, right? And then we were done with Thanksgiving for a minute. And I'm not going to lie, I cannot wait for this kind of food. I love all the smells of it. It makes me just so incredibly happy. I'm switching to Apple from Android, so there's that. It's so different. Oh my gosh. Okay, welcome to the Apple family. I love that so much. I love that so much. Watching on the homepage, beautiful. I love it. Katie Shaw's welcome on the homepage. Now, I know not 7 of y'all have said hello, so please say hi and tell us where you're watching from today. So yeah, we're doing corn, stuffing, green beans, Brussels sprouts, sweet potato casserole, rolls, deviled eggs, gravy, cranberry sauce, coconut pie, apple pie, cheesecake, and a pumpkin pie. And then my dad is doing, I'm on a live custom. She forgot I was live. Let me just let my sister know that I'm live. Hang on a second. She's like messaging me. Live at shop. Okay. So I let her know where I'm at. Sorry. And so I'm really excited for this time of year and all the food and all the things. But at this point of the week, I'm a little ready to like switch gears. I'm a little ready to switch gears and to do some different kind of food and to roll into all of our holiday parties and all the fun things. So I'm excited to get this little bit of food knocked out of the way today. And I know that you can't see it behind me, but if you are here, I'm here live in a lot of places. So the Hometown Hippie offers our medicated and our Reiki infused fun products for the holidays. And all of that stuff dropped over the weekend as well. So I have really been in the shop up to my elbows and all the things fun. We got 10 Advent calendar days done yesterday. Yes, we are still working on, we want the things to be fresh. And we also, y'all know, we have been people down. So we are working on getting all of the Advent calendar days made and put together to get out the door this week. They're still scheduled to be in your mailboxes and in your hands by the 1st. We are hoping to have all of the days ready and rocking and rolling by end of business tomorrow. I still have some more things I'm doing today. Oh, I love it. Exactly. I told everybody on the cranberry sauce, and this is the fun part of this menu that I held up, right? This is what we're going to talk about today a little bit too, is about like teamwork and people showing up and everything's going to be okay. And, we laugh and I joke about the YouTube channel being called the Tamunity, but that's what this really is all about, y'all. When we talk about the Christmas offerings and things like that, we have been building this community of like-minded folks, this base of like, we call it the Grateful Fed family for a reason. And that's why I'm like, drop a Grateful Fed in the comments. If you're here, I say you're home, right? If you're here, you're home. And Facebook will like knock me off of here if I play it. But there is a song, and I might take my chances with it and see if it doesn't. Today's going to be one of those days a little bit. We're going to have a little fun today. We're going to talk about a few things today. But the message today overall is everything is going to be okay. Everything is okay. Everything is exactly as it's supposed to be, whether you love it, you like it, you hate it, whatever the case may be. And it's just about how we, the relationship with what we have with what's going on in our world. And that's what this week has really been about for me, has been examining the relationship that I have with my environment, the people around me, all of it, right? Anybody else relate to that? It's like Nothing, what's happening is not, you can't change it. We talk about this all the time about, um, we can't, Tammy plans or man plans and God laughs, right? How many of you have had like this vision of what maybe your holiday, Thanksgiving's a great opportunity to think about that, right? You have this vision of what the day is going to look like, right? In your mind, you have, at least I do, right? You have this fantasy of like, I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to get my meditation in and give my gratitudes for Thanksgiving. I want to ground myself. I want to have my coffee. Then I want to take my time getting ready. And then I want to go to my sister and all the things that I have in my plan. I oversleep. Someone calls me, I need something. I like, oh crap, I forgot to do this. Like the day kind of gets away from you just with these unexpected things. Like you have this great, beautiful plan of how everything's supposed to go. Maybe it's just as simple as like the outfit you're going to wear. And in your mind, it looks beautiful. You go to put it on that day and your shirt feels itchy and you can't wear it, right? It is just the world we're walking in is just um, a stringing together of just things that are, I mean, shoes don't fit, rain clouds come, flat tires happen, spilled milk happens, spilled coffee on your clothes. You know what I'm saying, right? There's just little teeny tiny things that just change the outcome of your day. And like we talk about making micro moves to make it better, sometimes it's just a million little micro things that kind of throw you off your game. Can I get a hallelujah amen if anybody understands what I'm talking about, right? It's not that your day has gone to poo. It's not that everything is ruined. It's just that the vision that you had of your day and the reality of your day or of your experience are just not the exact same, right? There's a little more, even like the Facebook pictures don't do it justice. You ever had those pictures like, oh, looking at this picture, it looks like this is a beautiful, perfect day, but in reality, it's just a shit show behind the scenes. Absolutely. Amen. Okay, great. So people are following, are picking up what I'm putting down, right? And when I say everything's going to be okay, it is just about understanding and making peace with. That is what's going to happen every day, right? And it's not about trying to fight it or trying to woo-saw your way through it or trying to escape from it. It is honestly about just sitting with yourself, taking a deep breath, right? And saying, everything is okay. Everything is absolutely okay. I tend to have those little things, right? Those little hiccups in the day. Let's call it hiccups, those little hiccups, right? Those little bitty, insignificant um, inconveniences that just arise. Those are honestly the things that throw me for my biggest loop. When we have major catastrophes, things that like we need to address, I feel like my critical thinking brain kicks in way quicker. And I'm like, okay, we have to problem solve this here. We don't know the way through it, but I'm really good at finding like what's the next positive step, right? And we talk about those big issue problems, right? Understanding that maybe if we're in a situation that's not a hiccup, like a bad job or a relationship, bad living situation, maybe our only means of transportation is just like, a transmission, not a flat tire. Those bigger kind of still the same thing, right? But those situations for me personally, those situations, I'm like, okay, we're going to have to figure out a problem solving way, and I can problem solve that. But this is the thing about those little hiccups for someone like me personally, and maybe you all relate to this as well. Um, those are not things that really require a lot of fixing. They just require a lot of like accepting, right? Fixing or accepting. This is coming in today. I don't know where this is going. But we know what we're talking about, right? It's like big issues that you have to work through, and there's like steps, and you're going to have to take action. But sometimes these other little things, no action is required. It is just an opportunity for us to regroup and reset our energy. And I always look at those little inconveniences as the universe's way of putting me on the right track. Whether I like the track that it's putting me on, it's the track that I have to be on in that moment, to be on in step with where I need to be, right? There's a lesson or a blessing. At the end of every one of those hiccups, y'all, I want to ask that question. Tell me the last time you had what you call a hiccup in your day, right? A hiccup in your moment. And I'm going to tell you, this morning I came into a hiccup in my day. I woke up this morning and I was, I on Sundays sometimes I let my hair have a day off. Like, I wash my hair every day because I work in food. And yesterday I didn't work in any kind of, like, I baked a lot, but it wasn't any kind of like food, like onions and all the things, right? I'm going to say Elizabeth's thing. We're going to talk about mine in just a second, okay? The other day when I left the shop to go visit my nieces and nephews to get help with my new car seat covers, I pulled into their driveway and discovered I had a pinhole in my coolant hose. Fortunately, the hose got fixed by my nephew-in-law. Needless to say, we didn't get the seat covers on, but I'm okay with that. At least I wasn't stranded. Excuse me. This is an exactly perfect example, right, of it being an inconvenience. But had she not gone there to do the seat covers, right, had a plan, that coolant leak could have been a lot worse when she was in a place where no one there to help her. And so that's the way the universe puts us in the right place at the right time, right? Kristen, 2 days ago, my keyless car couldn't detect my keys. I got locked out. And what was the solution to that? I bet you there was a blessing or a lussing in there. Where were you at when it happened? All those kind of things. Because sometimes, even though we feel like it's a hiccup, the universe, like Elizabeth, right? The universe is like, hey, I'm going to give you this hiccup right now, because right now in this moment, you can have this become a hiccup and not one of those things that is a major, like, how can I figure out the way through it? Right? So that's what I'm saying. And even today with me, I got up. I was like, I knew that I was going to, like, give my hair a day off today and just kind of like be a bum. There's no makeup. There's none of those things. And I was going to come in here and do the things I needed to do to get ready for the week and for my dad's and all of that. And I laid around a little longer than I wanted to. I thought, I'll have time this morning. I'll do the things. I was a little tired this morning. I just took my time. And when I got here this morning, I started all the things, found all the things, and he was like going all great. I was like, this is beautiful. Okay, all the things are good. And then I came in to check the square and all the, the messages and things like that before I got online. And the reason I was a little late was because we got our very first negative feedback on the food truck. We got our very first negative feedback on the food truck, and I took a moment to respond to it. Now, I could have let that ruin my whole day, because that kind of stuff really, like, immediately my stomach dropped when it said negative feedback, and I was like, and I took a breath and I was like, you know what? Contrast. This is an opportunity. Maybe people have not left feedback when something was not where it needed to be because they love me. And so I addressed the negative feedback. I sent the person a message back. I apologized for their experience. I refunded their order. They didn't ask me to. I refunded their money, and I was like, your money has been refunded. I don't expect you to pay for something you did not enjoy. Now, I am taking it with a grain of salt because it's very subjective. But I am also going to check some things and try some things and see if we need to change some things, because I saw a thing posted last night which really spoke to me, and I saved it. And when I came in this morning, I was like, I was like, this is why I saw this last night. And it says, be teachable. You're not always right. And my brain went like, well, we're not always right, but we're pretty damn perfect. We have a perfect 5-star rating. We have no bad reviews. I'm very proud of that. We work very hard for 100% customer service. And the thing that got me more than the complaint about the chips, it was the complaint about the spinach and artichoke dip that was good, but they thought the chips were tasteless and stale. Number one, I changed the flavoring on the chips personally because we were doing a tahini and lime flavoring on them. And I thought it was overpowering, so I asked them not to put seasoning, just to do a little seasoned salt on it. They need something in between. We need to figure out a seasoning in between. I was not sure I love those either, so we kind of were going to play that by ear. That's just a taste thing. The staleness of the chips, I didn't, we had a lot of people order them. I didn't get any other feedback that they were stale. Flour chips are a little more chewy than crispy corn chip. So I thought it might have just been like not understanding like what the product was. But he said when he told that to my employee, the employee just shrugged. And that was the part that I had a problem with. It wasn't anything else. It wasn't anything else. It was because that is not how we operate. So that is a teachable moment, right? Maybe I wasn't aware that that was happening. And because I don't go where the food truck goes all the time, right? Now, I know my team and I can see that happening, more of a not knowing how to respond, but that's a teachable moment, right? This is an opportunity on Monday. We have our all employee meeting every Monday and we reset, we talk about these things to say, hey, here's a training opportunity. Do you remember this transaction? Do you remember this person? What was the conversation betwixt everybody? Do you back and tell y'all that? Blah, 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 right? So Kristen said, I gratefully made it home. I made a plan to get to work the next day, and the next morning went out to check the card. It was reading my key again. I tried getting an appointment to have it looked at, and everywhere was closed for the holidays, so it's still needing attention. But I'm going to tell you this. It could have been the fact that there could have been something on the way home that if you got in that car and drove it, it would have been a bad thing for you. And the universe was like, nope, you're going to leave this car here tonight. It's safer here where it's at. You don't need to drive it right now. And so that is, I feel like that's the universe's way of answering sometimes. Norma Jean says, last week I felt really lazy and didn't want to go anywhere, but something made me go to the Hometown Hippie. I ended up being at the right place at the right time because I filled a void that, yes, and Norma Jean came in and watched just last week, and she definitely filled a void. If she was feeling lazy and tired, she came to the wrong place because we kicked her, we kicked her rear end. Yep, maybe you just needed to be delayed. Universe speaks. It always speaks, right? And I have to also remember that. I have to say, I have never had a conversation about what do you do, because we're a new business, right? So if you're out there watching, we're new, we're learning this. We are building our employee handbook as we go. At this time last year, I was telling Zach yesterday, I was like, this time last year, it was literally me, Mel, Sheila, and Selena. And that was the whole team. And we could do everything with that help. And we got it all knocked out and done. And we were just, we didn't have nearly the things that we have in the store this year. The amount of growth that we've had, we just don't see it, right? We just don't see it because we're in it every day. And, it's interesting because I have been, since Selena has been out, I have been like inside of my brain thinking I am going to let everybody down. We have got so much on tap to get done for the holidays, and with the amount of other work, the people that I have, they already have like assigned tasks, and I really was doubting my ability to get it done. Like I was like for a minute there, like I was sitting in the floor cross-legged going, what am I going to do? How am I going to get this done? Like, I don't know. Like, I wanted to cry. Like, I was sitting on the floor, like, I don't know what, where is this going to go? And I kind of had a little moment breakdown. And I said, you know what? That's before last week. And I was like, yo, we just not going to be able to get all the things done. It's going to be okay. There's a reason why we didn't get all the pantry collection out that we wanted to get out. There's a reason why it looks like it looks this year. It looks this way for a reason this year. And I'm going to tell you, I have really taken my time, worked the list. We have a plan. Everybody has a piece and a part that they're helping with. Zach came in yesterday and we got 10 days of the advent calendar knocked out. We got all of the hot sauce bottled and sealed and heat sealed and all the things. The hot sauce is fire this year. We have jerky being made. We have new things in the advent calendar we've never had before. Each day is going to have, I'll show you kind of what the box is going to look like. We have, I have my paper somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. I had it all here. I have a little highlighted list of all the things we're doing, but you're going to have like a calendar in the top of your box this year. And each day is going to have the calendar, the date, what it is, and the milligrams. So you're going to look for it. You know what the milligrams are of your package each day. We're going to have QR codes to shop with us, to follow us. We're going to go live several days a week. but we are going to be producing each of the daily treats. We are going to be producing a reel, so there'll be a reel out there on Instagram and on TikTok and on Facebook in the stories. Check all that stuff out for us. So you'll see the reel every day, and then I will go live several times throughout the week. But I was like, how am I going to have time to go live all month? We have all these weddings and parties and holiday things to do. So Heather says the things that have happened to her and her family have been hard. With the tools I've acquired, so much easier. I'm clear and bright for the first time in a long while. I love that very much. And Elizabeth says, I should have asked Zach if his mom dressed him yesterday. Hindsight. That's funny. I love that. We give Zach a little trouble. We give him a little Zach's mom's jokes. But the point is, right, is that you just have to take a deep breath and know that where you're at and what you're doing in this moment is a-okay. And when I am like needing some like synchronicities or, things, I just kind of laugh because this specific everything's going to be okay. That phrase has come to me in so many ways, to include my Spotify DJ, right? My Spotify DJ. In the morning, I've gotten in my car and it's like, good morning, Tammy. Let's get your morning vibes going. And the first song that is played, all first set of songs has had, I'll be A-okay. I know I'll be A-okay. Every day, living in this great big world, I'll be drinking lemonade. It's gonna be A-okay. And it's just letting me know. I had my session with Carly on Monday. The guides came in and said, tell her it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. And the thing that makes me laugh is because I'm gonna pull this up for y'all. This poem, it's by Burton Braley, and I read it constantly. And a lot of you from Hometown Hippie know it, but we're live in a couple different places today. And I want you to hear my words when I read this today. And I'm gonna give you a different opinion of this than I normally do. So about a year, probably about this time last year, we were doing all the things. And I had seen this Netflix documentary, and this is the story. The story I'm going to tell you is pretty funny. Some of what I say is be open to receiving messages and be open to hearing how the universe speaks to you. And I always hear like sayings and word, like I will be watching a TV show or listening to music or watching a video or seeing something, right, that has words with it. And that phrase, like everything will be okay, or these phrases will come in and like it'll just like I have to write it down immediately, and then I'll get like a message around something I hear, right? And I was watching this Netflix documentary, and it's the Tony Robbins, like I'm Not Your Guru, and he talked about how he got his start, and he talked about he did this poem, he did this speech called A Will to Win. Now I always thought what I found, the poem that I found that really I wanted to go find that, and I read it, and when I found this poem, it was like it was speaking to me directly. Now I want to tell y'all something that's hilarious that I found out today. I was looking for this today because something told me to pull it up today. And I got a little message in this right before I came live this morning around this, and it told me to search it, to pull it up, because I don't have my copy. My copy's at my house in my office at home. And when I pulled it up, I was on a different search engine, and it pulled up the Tony Robbins Will to Win speech that he gave. And interestingly enough, he gave the Vince Lombardi Will to Win speech, not the Burton Braley Will to Win poem. So this whole time I thought that led me to this, but it didn't. So even those little hiccups, right? I thought this whole time that this was the thing that Tony Robbins performed. This is the one that made him, I was like, oh, it's interesting that we both resonated with this. This is not at all the same the same thing that he did. He did the Vince Lombardi Will to Win speech. And I found that as well. It does not resonate with me the way this does. And I want to read this to you and tell you the relationship that you have with things when you know that everything is going to be okay, right? When you have that faith that everything is going to be okay in your life, how this resonates differently with that feeling, that, right? And the poem, and I'm going to read it to you. Bear with me. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to do this to make it easier for me. Let me get that off. Okay. And I'm going to share my screen and pull this up to make it easier for me to read right here. There's a reason for it, you know, and I want y'all, if you've not heard this, have you heard this before? Okay. And I've got like a whole stockpile of coffee. I had some caffeine here and a bottle of water here. I'm finishing my water. I got a whole thing of like drinks over here. So I'm going to take this banner down and I'm going to read this to you all. This has been something that has, you know, resonated with me. And this poem kind of stays up, and it's something that I see wherever I'm at. And I want you to hear the words. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, work day and night for it, give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if only desire of it makes you quite mad enough never to tire of it, makes you hold all things tawdry and cheap for it, if life seems all empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and you dream is about it, if gladly you'll sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, lose all terror of God or man for it, if you'll simply go after that thing that you want with all your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famished or gaunt, nor sickness nor pain of body or brain can turn you away from that thing that you want, if dogged and grimmed you besiege and you beset it, you'll get it, right? You'll get it. And that has been like a war cry for me over the last year, right? Because I know that everything that that poem says, I have done and I do for the community, for the Grateful Fed family, for the Grateful Fed Catering Company, for the Sugar Magnolia, for the Hometown Hippie. And when I get in my moods and I get in my feelings and I get in my anxiety around the operation of, the doing of, everything being exactly perfect, right? Everything being exactly the way that I have to have it, right? I'll stop sharing. I have to remember I made the agreement to give up. I'll sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, lose all terror, God, man for it. That's my thing. And I can't expect other people, right, to do the thing that I do for this. And when they give everything that they've got to give to it, it's okay. It's all going to be okay. And we all have to know that. And wherever you are in this thing, right, you can't expect yourself from others because it's your thing, right? It's your thing. We all have our thing, whether it just be your goal is to be able to have a tidy home with food in your belly, a safe car to drive, just whatever the thing is for you that you will have the will to win for. And I don't care what anybody says, everybody has that thing that they feel that way about, whether it's their kids, whether it's their job, something. I believe with all of my heart, we all have that will to win in some part of our DNA. There's something that is your soul's purpose that kind of calls you. And, we're in different places at different times, and maybe, maybe you've gotten it and you've done it. Now you're like, I'm good. Like I have done all of those things, and now I'm able to reap the benefit of that thing. And so no matter what's going on, like I said today, I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm not even mad about it. I'm like, I didn't train that person and how to behave when that happened. I didn't give a specific instruction on that. And without this opportunity from this situation where it's a $13 refund, I can nip this at the bud from our fifth or sixth event out with this truck to say, here's how we do this moving forward. We don't have this trouble moving forward. And I don't knee-jerk reaction to make some big mountain out of a molehill. Even a bad bitch has a bad day, right? It's what I tell people all the time. Even a bad bitch has a bad day. We're gonna have moments, and it really did not like kick me in the gut like I thought it would. Like I've been like dreading in my brain like the first time we don't get a 5-star review when somebody has something negative to say on the interwebs. Like I'm like, I say that I don't care, but do I? Am I really gonna handle it that way? Right? Am I really gonna handle it that way? As I say this all the time. You can't control what happens. You can only control how you react to what happens. And at this place in the world, with the help of the community, with the help of each one of you in the Grateful Fed family, the people who support us, the people who show up, the people who send good energy, because I know for a fact that the community that we have built is sending out, when we say we're sending good vibes and we're holding space, every person is actually doing that for you. We have to sometimes slow down to be able to grow. We have to like shrink to grow. We have to go within ourselves sometimes, and we're at that place right now where things are changing and we're up leveling. One of the things that I realized through this whole adjustment period with Selena being out was that the mission statement and what sets our business apart from others, because you can spend money on baked goods and things like that anywhere, is the fact that we put energy into everything. With Selena being out of the kitchen, with us being down, we have been getting the work done. The Thanksgiving food that we did last weekend, that's why I was like, I've got to do that. We've got to reset the energy. We've got to hold space. We've got to put our Reiki back into things. That's why I knew it was the best food ever. My sister and I we did love energy. We did mom love energy. I'm like, we have to put this energy into the food or it's not, the recipe's not the same. And we saw the crack. We saw the first crack with the first bad feedback. So what does that tell me? That tells me before the crack starts to spread, we stop, we regroup, we set our energy back together. We talk about how we're going to move forward. And I talked to Carly this week. So as you'll be happy to know, we have right now, Selena, Grace, and myself are all Reiki attuned. Selena and I are level 2. Grace is level 1. But this month, before the new year, Leslie, Kyle, Zach, Amy, and Liz will be they're going to have a whole Reiki 1 class. I love that. It's been so soothing to have that many people in your circle, right? It's really helped. And I know that we've been sending love energy to you. If you guys can continue to send love energy out to Selena, she's still out. She's still struggling. This is that holding pattern place where you don't know what end is up, and we're holding space for her. We've got to figure out our next moves. We have some things coming up, so I may have to bring in some temporary help if she's going to be out. I don't know. I'm going to talk to her today, but we are working on just getting everything done and beautifully done. We're going to have the advent calendar out to you by the 1st. All of the other things will be shipped out by December 1st, the holiday things. Those things all go out by the 1st. I know it takes a little while to get that done, but we're getting close. Most of the orders from the weekend we can get done by Monday, other than the Advents. They're going to start going in the mail Tuesday and Wednesday. If you're local, you'll be picking it up by Friday. It'll be ready by Friday for you for the 1st or Thursday. We are just going to know that everything's going to be okay. We are holding space of that. We're going to be adding the additional light workers to the kitchen, which is just going to be a phenomenal exchange of light energy and work. And I think that's going to be just the next game changer. But we had to take a moment to take a breath, because I know what happens when 5 new light workers get added to my kitchen. Oh, look at that. I started training level 1. How about that? I love it. So we do ours through Carly, through the Azui lineage, and everyone goes to the same class. That way we're all attuned to the same family of Reiki healers. Um, yep. And it's just that holding pattern. And my sister and I have been through it, and we just want to help her have some normalcy. We don't know how to do that right now, so we're just going to hold space that she's going to be okay, and whatever she needs from us, she's going to let us know so that we can help her however we can. That's all we can do. um i uh i uh I just want you all to know that no matter what's going on out there in this big, crazy, scary world, just take a moment to sit with it and know that it's either a blessing or a lesson, a blessing or a lesson. And, the universe puts you where it needs you to be. And when you just make peace with everything's going to be okay, this is not how I imagined, this is not what I thought, but this hiccup is just that, it's a hiccup. And sometimes that hiccup feels way bigger than a hiccup, right? That hiccup feels like it's never going to end. It's not, you know what I mean? But I just want you to know that we're all doing the best we can do with what we got. We're all doing the best we can do with what we got. And it's not always, we always say it, it's not always rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes it's tough decisions, it's hard decisions, it's, hopscotching around the day, best laid plans, right? Are not always the way that they go, but being able to just kind of roll with the tide. And, that's what flow is about, right? It's not about forcing it. It's about standing in your power and knowing that whatever is supposed to happen is happening. You can't control it. You can only control how you react to it. You can only control how you let it affect your attitude in your day. And so that's what we're doing right now. We are just holding space of knowing that everything's going to be okay. We're doing the best we can do. I know for a fact that when I read this, it's a different relationship with it right now, right? Because number one, I know that this business and this thing that I love so much is not the thing that is everybody else's will to win over, right? It's not everybody else's give up their sweat, sleep. They want to go home and spend time with their family. It's a job, and that's okay. That is okay. My team is amazing. They knock it out of the ballpark. Like I said, even a bad bitch has a bad day. Um, but I'm going to say this, that I know how hard we work, and I know how hard I have sweat for it, pret for it, planned for it, lose all terror of God or man for it. But I also know that sometimes it's okay to set it down for a second, and it's okay to ask for help. And I had to do that this week. I really had to I had been pulling a card for myself from our Avalon deck, and the card came up like 6 times in a row that says, you got to ask for help. And I've been letting go of some of the control of things and saying, I need help. I need this hand to do this. It's just because I can carry it doesn't mean it's not heavy, and I'm tired and I need your help. And everyone has stepped up and stepped in and stepped and helped, and everything's been doing what it's going to do. So maybe some of this is a lesson for me as well, to know that, not everything can be done by one person, and that you have to have help, and you got to bring people along for it and not make them feel like they're less than when they do the part that they can do. And I'm learning that, right? I'm learning that every day. My anxiety looks like me over worrying about something that, and making a mountain out of a molehill. And so I'm learning through this season of our growth that some days you just do the best you can do, and that's all you can do, and you have to be okay with that too. And we say this all the time, right? Always do your best, and you have to accept that some days your best is just what it is, and giving yourself grace for that. If you give somebody else grace for it, give yourself grace for it. It was just funny because I was doing one every day to kind of like, okay, what's my message today? And the horse kept coming up every day for like 6 in a row. Or I would do like a 3-card pull and a horse would be in there. So it was really interesting. Like, it was definitely telling me like I needed to ask for help. And I have. And I've been like letting people help in the way that, taking the help how it comes. Not saying, I want you to help me, but help me my way. I want you to help me the way that you can help me. And being okay with that. So as we go into the holiday season, right? We're going into this next holiday season. This message was important for me to give to you today because a lot of people feel a lot of lack around this time of year. You feel like your house is not decorated enough. You've not worn the matching pajamas that this is going on. You can't buy the gifts that you want to give. You want to do this, you want to do that. You think that you're supposed to because everybody is telling you you're supposed to, right? Here's what I'm going to tell you. Number one, I have a business and I sell products. So yes, if you're shopping, I've dropped deals and all of that, but I want every single person to know that you might not be able to get somebody the advent calendar, but you can get them a $5 stock. If you want to gift them something, right? If you can't give them the $5, give them the gift of your time. Last year, we gave Red's parents a set of gift certificates that were an exchange of energy of our time. Things that they will not ask us for that would help them throughout the year, like let us pick up your prescription. Let us unload your groceries. Let us take you to a doctor's appointment. Let us treat you to dinner. Let us cut your grass. Let us remove your snow. Let me come down and mop your floors. We gave them things that they would never ask for, but if it's their gift, I'm like, I am asking you, this is what I'm gifting you for Christmas, is this certificate. Please utilize it. And we got to spend so much more time with his family this year. And that was really what we were gifting them, right? Gifting them, number one, a reason to ask us for help because we want them to ask us for help. Number two, gifting us the ability to say, hey, we gave this time. We've agreed to do this. It holds us accountable, right? And then we really like his mom and dad didn't call one month because he was busy at the store to take the trash out or to take the bring the groceries in. And he saw his dad say, I was just tired. We went to the commissary today. Okay. I have some news I can't say any longer. Dougie was a huge hiccup that Corey put Corey in my past this evening. He looked me up. I felt a connection, and so did he when we met. But due to circumstances, we had to part ways. Okay, okay, Elizabeth. Okay, I knew something was changed in you. Yes, right. Um, so I want you all to remember that this holiday season. It's about time and energy and things that you can they're just different, right? They're just different. And if that's what you can give someone the gift of your time. Give someone the gift of, maybe they need something done that you can do for them. Don't feel like, money is given such power because we give it power. But that's what the community is about. It's about building a community of people who can exchange energy in more authentic and cohesive ways. Right? So, and Norma Jean will tell you that. Like yesterday, someone was selling a freezer, and I was like, hey, I have an exchange of energy I'd like to give you for that. Or Norma Jean, I'm like, can we exchange some product for what you do? Because she won't take money from me, right? So I want y'all to think about how that looks and not give yourself any expectation this holiday season other than to be okay. Handwrite a letter to people and tell them how wonderful they are to you. I'm going to tell you right now that getting something, letting me know that I'm important to someone, something that they took time out of their day to do would mean so much more to me than a new sweater or a blanket or a cup. You know what I mean? Or anything. Something that says, I'm thinking about you. This is what here's how you make me feel. So I just want y'all to think about that as we're going to this holiday season and to spend time with people who make you feel good. And each and every one of you make me feel good. And we're going to have a lot of fun this holiday season. And the reason that I love doing the gifts that we do, and that's what I sat down and thought about. I'm like, it's about the energy, and I can do the things right that I can do right and put the energy into the right things. And and my energy feels great because I had to channel my Reiki energy, and my hands got double. I had not had my hands get double the size with Reiki energy since last Christmas when I was doing all of the work in the kitchen. And I really enjoyed like telling Zach how we do things and showing him what this is and teaching him new recipes. And, we had a great day yesterday, and the table is getting full. I'll take some pictures of it. We've got some new treats going in the box, and we're just going to take our time and enjoy it. Tomorrow, that's what we're doing. Tomorrow, we are Elf Central. We're getting the holiday stuff knocked out. I'm going to go ahead and pull our crystal affirmation card. I want to let you all know that I appreciate you and that I love you. And that if anything that you need from the Hometown Hippie, the Grateful Fed family, please be asked for it. Let us know. I've been asking, and I hope that you guys will find some time this week or throughout this holiday season to, that's the gift to me, the testimonial Tuesdays, creating posts, telling your story, because I do believe that our job is, as a power of one, is to raise the collective vibration one person at a time. We have really been, and that's the slowing down of things. You're so very welcome, Susie. I'm very excited to be able to put those together. The holidays really matter to me, and I really want to have fun with it. We have some ideas going into the new year for some of the way that things are going to look. Number one, pantry collection is going to be first and foremost. We are going down to a smaller offering. It's going to be some of the staples, right? Your cookies, your lollipops, your caramels, things like that. But we are going to be focusing on those pantry products for you all. And we are going to be coming back with Munchie of the Month boxes. That's how we're going to keep it fresh and bring new things in. We'll do some seasonal things that'll rotate through. But we are going to really be focusing on the healing aspect and raising the collective vibration into 2024. We know that that's the whole mission of this business. And the vibration is raised through gratitude, which we put so much love and gratitude, but it's also raised through laughter and fun. So if that's the medicine that you need, that's the medicine we've got for you as well. But that's what I tell people, like, the gift of our boxes is really the gift of healing. And that Christmas sampler box that I'm putting together is going to be a little bit of everything. It's going to have some affirmations in it. It's going to have smudge sticks, some teas, some lower dosed edibles, one kind of nicely dosed one. I'll have some coupons going in the next year, some crystal jewelry, some crystals. It is a nice sampler of exactly what we're about, and I am personally putting those together. And had we not slowed down, I would not have even put that box out there. That's in place of some things that I wanted to do, that I was going to get Selena and Leslie to do. This is something very personal to me. And so that's what we're about. And putting those boxes together, the Advent boxes together, has really turned my magic back on and slowed me down. And so asking for help and, sitting in the floor the other day and having that come to Jesus moment really helped me to kind of get my energy back under control and to be able to be of best service to each and every one of you. And knowing that, I'm not turning away from that thing that I want, but all of us deserve rest. And in this period, it is the rest time, right? It's the time to rest and relax and do all the things. I've been craving and thinking about reindeer chow. So what I'm going to do is this, y'all. So we're going to get all the Advent calendar boxes and all the things put together. And then we're going to pop out some of those items as things that you love, like reindeer chow might be a special one week that you can grab. Interesting. This is what jumped out. This is what I was just shuffling, and this card literally just fell out of the deck, and it just laid gently down and looked at me. It was just shuffling, and it just fell out and flipped upside down. And I've actually never pulled this card either. So all the tickets are not bought yet. We're doing the raffle tomorrow. The Advent calendars are off of the market. We are doing the Advent raffle tomorrow afternoon. I'm hoping to go live with the entire team tomorrow with most of the stuff done. And we're going to do a name draw. So everybody, how many tickets you bought, get you that many tickets on the wheel to decide. We're trying to sell 50 tickets. We're about halfway there because I am giving everyone who buys a ticket a $10 stocking stuffer if you don't win. That way it's a no-lose situation. But to do that and afford the Advent calendar, I've got to sell 50 tickets. We're almost there. So tell your friends. They're $10 a ticket. You can't lose. You're going to get a $10 treat in place of it if you don't win. And one lucky person will go run away with the Advent calendar. If we sold 75 tickets, I was going to give away 2. So if you know people that want tickets, go add them to the group today. Go tell them about that power of one, right? I'll promote today. Everybody could do that today, and I appreciate it. But the gift that I'm asking for, I'm going to court, so this is embrace change, is that we do have some changes coming into the new year, and we're going to embrace it. But if you can remember the power of one. I want your like-minded friends here. We're trying to grow the business. We're trying to grow it in a very organic way where the people who are to their highest and best to be here. But I really believe that word of mouth is how that happens. There are people in the group who have been there and have not ever purchased anything, who have never tried our things, right? We would love for them to probably hear. Last year, we had so many people sharing their story. It wasn't about what I had to say. It wasn't. It was about the people who had gastroparesis reading Sheila's story. It was about the people who were going through an awakening reading Heather's story and following step. It was about people who were processing loss reading Amanda Giorgetti's story. It was about people who were hearing about how cancer had hurt people's body and our treats were helping. It was about people speaking about not sleeping and how our products were helping. It was about the stories that you told people and they resonated and you found your people. And that's what I'm saying. There are people out here who are your tribe. And all you have to do is do a post and you'll be amazed at the people that need to hear your story. That don't believe that they're okay and they believe they're different, but you can say, I came here feeling the same way. And that's what those stories are about. They're not for my ego. They're not to boost me up. They're because there's somebody out there in these groups who are watching and waiting to see and hear the thing that resonates with them. And I don't resonate with everybody. Not everybody resonates with me. That's why we're here and we're a community, work together for that. So if you can do that, I appreciate it. Heather says that she's processing her feelings of Scroogeness. Christmas is usually so big for her, but her funds are going to other places. So she's been volunteering 1 hour a day at the rehab. Pay it forward fills my cup. I want you to stop feeling like a Scrooge because you can't give. This holiday season, number one, the universe puts you at home with your family for a reason. Unfortunately, your mom is sick as a result, but you're not in Florida for a reason right now. And I hate it that you have having to deal with this. The thing that scares me is that the things that are putting people in the places they need to be put, I want you to embrace it as a blessing, right? That you are home, your grandkids can see you on Christmas. You can be there for all the kids' birthdays, all the things. Your time is more important than your money. It always has been. I need you to believe that, okay? Now let's read what the Phantom Court says about embracing change for our card today, because I'm trying to be cognizant of time. In a period of flux, find the comfort in the uncomfortable. This is really our card today, y'all. It's definitely for me, if not for you all. Change is happening all around you, so make the most of it. After all, the only thing that is constant in your life is change. Embrace the uncertainty and lean into the inevitable. These are opportunities that allow you to grow, evolve, and move forward. It's how you move through the stations of your life that make or break your journey. It's not what happens, it's how you move through it, right? Instead of resisting change, allow it to propel you forward so you can level up in life. I think this is a beautiful card for us today. So many of us are dealing with things that are uneasy and uncomfortable, and change is hard and scary. Hi, it's Tammy, like the 5 fingers pointing back. I love that. And I can't afford to buy gifts for all the many people I love and care about. I'm going to tell you what we're doing, and I'm going to encourage y'all. My mom's side of the family, which is my Aunt Lisa and her girls and my sister and I and all, we really wanted to start doing something together. But people get caught up in the idea of gathering for the holidays to purchase gifts. So what I said we should do to make it easy for everybody, because it's also expensive to feed everybody when you have a party. So let's pick a Saturday in December as a family that we have a family holiday Christmas party. It is just about joining together and having a lot of fun, not about gifting and all the things. So here's what we'll do, because it's Christmas and we have kids and all the things. Each family is going to bring like a charcuterie board, like one of those themed things, like colors or around the world or something like that. So bringing a snack to share, which, you can bring cheese and crackers. I don't care. You can bring something that you canned last year, bring jelly and biscuits. I don't care. And then we can do a white elephant exchange. I said we can either do it where it's no more than $20 flat. It can't be any more than $20 the gift you give. And I get when you've got 4 kids and that's a couple $100, right? However, I said, or let's do right? Let's do, I love that 11-11. I love that 11-11 time. Why don't we do a homemade gift, a handmade gift? I love that more than anything. And in 2020, everything that I gifted for Christmas, because I don't believe in creating more junk in the world, I did handmade baskets and did fruit, and I canned all year long, and I made soups, and I gave those things away. I plan to do something I'm buying everything local this year that I can buy. I'm not going on Temu or Shein or any of that stuff. That is, stop doing it. Stop doing it. I'm telling you, if you have to spend 33 cents to get junk off of Temu, stop right now, save your 33 cents, and go create a hand written card, right? Go bake a batch of cookies and put them in a bag and gift them to somebody. It's worth more. It is worth more. I'm asking. Do what you want to do. I'm not in judgment of it. I'm trying not to slip in judgment of it. But those companies are putting small businesses in America out of business because they're taking a loss at what they're charging. And here's the thing: if you believe in like cyber warfare and like things like that, they could be putting things on all those could be sending stuff in to make us sick, keep us allergic to everything, give us cancer. They could be dosing all the packaging, all the things, and just be something very similar in the time it comes into your house. I'm just saying, I am trying to get away from it. I have to use Amazon for some of my packaging stuff. If there was a local company that produced Mylar bags and boxes, I would not buy anything off anywhere but local stuff. I am really, really, really trying to like shrink how I do that, because it's just for me. It's just personally for me. But the change, right? The change of hitting a Black Friday Walmart sale and buying everybody a $5 toaster, right? I want you to look at that change, and I want you to embrace it as the world changes, as the new world ascends, as we ascend higher. To me, giving out Reiki sessions to everybody for a 30-minute session to be able to like sit there and clean energy for somebody is a Christmas gift, right? The gift of, I want to spend, can you do a 30-minute Zoom date with me, and let's drink hot cocoa and spend some time together? That's what I'm talking about. The testimonial Tuesdays, the holiday testimonials, like let's call it There's No Place Like Home for the holidays, and we'll just post any day that you want to post that you feel intrigued to share your story, your hometown hippie journey, your Grateful Fed journey. And it's not about, again, it's about how your process through utilizing plant-based and energy healing work, the woo-woo and the cannabis, or the food, how eating cleaner, not going to Walmart, or not going to not going through the fast food places with the processed hamburgers. Do y'all know? I know I'm on a rant, and I'm going to tell you the core questions. So we talk about the Phantom Quartz, and I'm going to come back to this. The core questions this week for your journal, when we talk about embracing change and understanding that the only thing constant is change, is asking yourself these questions. What changes are happening in your life? And when you write that down and you look at the changes, and then it's asked you to say this: how are you responding to these shifts? And you're really going to start seeing the message in your messes and the blessings in your blockages, right? How would you ideally respond if you were living from your soul's purpose? And that's the thing, right? It's like, I have fought day and night for it. I have neither cold, poverty, famished, or gaunt, nor sickness, nor pain, nor of body or brain has turned me away from this thing that I want, this community that we are building, this thing that we are doing different, showing people that giving good food for a good price, that it's handmade and with love. When I tell y'all that that's the thing that's the most upsetting to me right now, is that the lack of Reiki energy in the kitchen, and we're fixing that, right? That's going to fix all the problems because we're getting ready to grow again. And to be able to grow again, we have to have the right energy. And that's going to, like, our building is going to vibrate and glow when we get the rest of these light workers in here, because they're already light workers. They just have to harness that chi energy, that life force energy. And when we get everybody in here working with the same accord, and we combine this energy that we have created, it's going to be phenomenal. And whether or not that every person that goes to this Reiki with us, that's part of this team right now, stays with us, or they find the thing that they want to, and I pray and I give up to God every day that every single person on my team finds the thing that they feel the way that I feel about this about. And whether it be some purpose that they find within our organization to feel this way about, something that some project, something that they take the lead on, whether it be a job in a different field, whether it be climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, I want everyone here to know that I support and I love them through it, that we're a family and a team. And that's the thing that we're building. That's the thing that I'm giving up everything for. It's not about making money selling food. I am able to pay I'm like, this is my soul's purpose. And I'm going to find a way to support myself to be able to do it with all my heart, right? To give it everything I got. Look at this. Elizabeth says she loves the farm was a new exotic pet store with aquatics and they're a small business, not a chain. I've had the same two small black mollies in a 40-gallon tank upload yesterday because of having to travel so far. It's a big impersonal chain store. Yes, and so Elizabeth was able to get some new fish yesterday in her small business shopping deals. I have not been out shopping yet. I'm going to go to a couple of the boutiques downtown. I'm going to be gifting some things that I'm giving and making myself for people. I want to get some art from people from Red Door 104. I want to gift some flowers for the year. I think that getting a bouquet of flowers every month is something that kind of freshens up your house. And so I'm going to figure out a way to like gift flowers to people each month. Our arrangements to people because I love getting them. Like we get them all the time. Heather's forever sending us flowers, or Roche's every so often just brings us over a bouquet and says, just because we love you all, here's a bouquet. So I want to be able to gift that to other people to let them know that they're beautiful and thought about and appreciated. That's the thing. So how do you ideally respond if you're living from your purpose? And I love the fact that I'm hoping that the attunements are going to help our team like really kind of focus in on their purpose, no matter what that might be. The crystal affirmation and affirmations are very important. They're things that you're claiming to the universe. I love to do morning affirmations and morning affirmations and gratitudes. And then in the evening, I like to kind of clear my energy, do a little nightly meditation. But I love starting my day with our crystal action affirmations. We get new ones each week. And today's crystal affirmation is I embrace change. Today, confidently address an area of your life that you have been avoiding and identify something you can do to change or accept it. So again, I embrace change. I can't change it, but I can actually, I can only control how I react to this change or to this thing that is happening. I know we're about 7 minutes past our hour-long limit that I try to keep. I appreciate every single one of you out there. I appreciate you bearing with us as we go through our little growing pains and our changes and our all the things that we kind of do here that have been kind of slowing things down. Stoner stockings are available. They're a great price. Make sure you get those. We have family dinners back for the month of December to make it easy and affordable to feed your family. And that's what I was going to say. It kills me when I drive through Farmville and we are like, don't have a line. And then there's a line at McDonald's and Walmart and Wendy's and Taco Bell when I know that we are cheaper, we are a better value, and all of our food is scratch made and it's real food and there's no soybean burgers and no processed things and no chemicals and our French fries won't last forever. It just kind of breaks my heart a little bit. And that's where I'm trying to right now, knowing that I'm living in perfect accordance with the plans of God, that I'm standing in faith and not fear, and that the blessing that we did was that we want to be to the highest and best of all of the folks who we serve. And right now, the people who are still in those McDonald's lines, they're not ready. They're not ready, or they're not in a place for us to be to their highest and best right now. So we are going to just hold space that the people find us and that they are healed and blessed through the fact that we are spreading love and light with every bite, no matter what it may be, whether it's our Reiki Bakery and our hometown hippie, or whether it be through the food truck, our take-home dinners, our catering, our homemade cakes, our wedding cakes, whatever it may be. If you or your company need us this year for your holiday parties, for your holiday gatherings, for your potlucks, whatever it may be, for gifting, whatever it may be, we're the perfect gift. Just like people love to get flowers. If you have a parent who lives here or a friend or someone who lives here, giving them a gift certificate for the take-home meals, that's a great thing that they don't have to worry about doing. And it's just an idea. So we're we're going to be back at it tomorrow. We'll be back open with the food truck Tuesday through Friday this week, maybe Saturday. We have prime rib night on food truck events. We're looking for someone for the food truck Saturday, but we have prime rib night on Friday with crab cakes. We have an opportunity to pick your potato and pick an extra side this month. We added some stuff. We're going to be offering a great dessert with that. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but we're going to do something different and fun. We have the food truck open all week. We have take-home meals. Family 4-packs are back. Tuesday, Elizabeth, if you want to come get something with your boo, Tuesday night dinner is our burrito boxes, which is going to be the chicken or steak or veggie burrito with our homemade chips and pineapple salsa. And then Wednesday night are going to be meatballs over penne with marinara, garlic bread, homemade garlic bread. Kyle's baking bread this week. And garlic toast, garlic bread and salad, as well as homemade dessert both nights. So make sure you check us out. Yes, please, on all of it. We have 2 for Tuesdays. We've got steak and cheese subs back on the menu. We got a lot of delicious stuff. Those salmon tacos, y'all need to get on those. Those things are the bomb. On that note, we are going to do exactly what Heather said. We're going to get off of here as I'm 10 minutes over. And we're going to end today, as always, with exactly what Heather says in the comments. I'm going to get this on here, take these things off. We're going to thank you for watching, and we're going to say peace, love, and feast, y'all. And as always, stay elevated. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.